Today's guest is someone who you might know on social media, but there's more to her story than what you see on the grid. She's a mom of three, has a law degree, and she was living abroad before moving here 15 years ago, perhaps. Today's guest is Laurice Salman, known as Mamalaurice on Instagram. Hi, Laurice.
Hi.
How do you feel today?
Wallah, great. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited to know more about you. We've been friends and people have been following you for a while and they know you from your nice stories about your kids and your life as a mom and a supporter of local products and many other things. So before coming to Jordan, let's go back 14, 15 years ago. Do you remember the moment when you decided that's it, we're moving back to Jordan?
So it's pretty funny because my father decided to bring us back to Jordan when I was like 11, 12 years old. I was born and raised in the States, and then they decided to move us to learn about the culture, the language, and to know more about our country. So it was very hard at the time because Jordan wasn't the Jordan we know now with like all the places, the shops, how many different things opened from years ago. So we moved and I ended up studying here school, and I actually started my first year of university here before we decided this is not the university experience I want. And me and my family ended up moving back to Chicago, where I went to University of Loyola. I got my undergrad in international business and marketing, and then later I went and got my grad degree in corporate and governance law. It was more for business and corporate governance law with a certificate in mediation. So I was like resolving conflicts before they go to the courts and stuff like that. So behind all the motherhood pictures and the stories you hear, education was very, very important to me.
Yeah. That's very cool. I did not know you tried going to schools here until...
I was living basically between both worlds.
Yeah.
And that still is kind of the same because my family is all in the States right now. And that's why most of my viewers know I travel in the summer to see them.
Yes,
so, yeah.
We know that about you. And so you finished studying there. Why did you decide again coming back to Jordan?
So I met my husband. I met my husband in one of the summers I was visiting Jordan. And I had just finished my degree. I was offered a really good dream job in downtown Chicago, and I was super excited about it. Then I met him, and he was in a rush. He wanted to get married within a year and everything. So all of a sudden, my whole plans changed. My whole plans changed, and the course of my journey started where I'm going to move back to Jordan and start our life together there, because that's where him and his family were based. So
wow, I remember your wedding photos. They were fairy tale photos. So he brought you back, and you came back. So you tried to work here with your degrees, but I think what happened there?
So I wanted to in the beginning, because I was always someone, I was even when I first started, I was managing my dad's businesses in the States. Okay. So I was always in the corporate field and things like that. I was never used to just sitting down. Even throughout college, I was always working on the go. I was always busy. Shortly after we moved back to Jordan, because we lived a short period of time in the States, we moved back to Jordan, I got pregnant. When I got pregnant, I decided, let me have the baby and let me see how I'm going to manage everything with, I don't want to be away from her, things like that. And then I guess time just took me, and I decided I just want to be like a stay-at-home mom, focused on her, because I wanted to be that present mom. And at the time, I think I couldn't find the balance between working and being a mom. So that's the path that I took until I went into social media.
Yes. So do you believe in the word balance? I always wonder about that. Do you, as Laurice, believe in that? Can we find balance ever?
I do. I think it takes a lot for us as women, and even more so as moms, to try to find that balance. I mean, I feel like that's something we always struggle with, and it's important to find some sort of balance. How you find it, I think it depends on the life journeys and the stories that take you to find that balance. But, we try to aim for it. 100% balance, I don't think
We can't,
exists,
yeah.
you know?
I think
Yeah.
I think we lean into some areas, then we
You
lean
give and
back.
take, yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
So 3 kids later, and now they're not so kids. That you have your,
Different
you
age
have.
groups.
What ages are your kids now?
So I have my eldest, she's 12 and a half,
Oh.
going into the preteen age.
Yeah.
And then I have Marlene, my second daughter, she's 9. And then my son is 5 years old.
Okay, so this age gap between your kids, how does it? How did it work? Did it work well so far? What do you think?
So we had decided to have like 3 years in between each. And I think it wasn't like kind of planned, but it kind of worked out where I was like, oh, like I'll raise my children, I'll potty train them, wean them off this and that, and sleep train and whatever, and they'll start preschool, and then I'll have my second. So I feel like I give them all like the things they need, know, as a toddler to cover the bases, and then ready for the second. That's kind of how it worked out. Is it a good thing? I don't know, because honestly, like now, play dates are 3 different play dates. It's very hard to combine them in things because their interests are obviously different, so
So you have the 2 girls and 1 boy, and we remember the story. So when did you start sharing about your motherhood journey on social media? Do you remember the first post, or what triggered you? How did you start there?
So it's very interesting. I never intended to be on social media as an influencer, whatever people give me the title
you are
for
an influencer, of
right
course.
now. It's actually started as I told you before, my whole family is in the States. So everyone wanted to always see pictures of the kids and stuff. It became time consuming to keep sending and, whatever. So I started posting. And then my friends started asking me, where do you get this? Your kids are dressed so cute. I used to like bows and like, everything was like so proper. And I was like,
matching.
Matching and family photos and this and that. And everyone would ask me, oh, this is nice. Where's this from? Whatever. At the time, online shopping wasn't a thing, to be honest with you. Like 9-10 years ago, it was very limited. So then I started saying to the moms and my friends, you could find so many things here, by the way. And I started sharing, and that's how the whole idea of supporting local came from. I started sharing local shops that were like, oh, wow, we have this in Jordan. This is so nice. Or sharing even places that I take my kids from, activities, things like that. And I truly am a believer in supporting local because we have so many amazing, designers and products in Jordan. Like the jacket I'm wearing here is local from Adelina Joyce.
Wow.
Jewelry, things like that. And I truly believe if we support each other, we grow together. And I live by that motto. And that's how the whole idea came. And then it kind of just grew. Companies started reaching out, for ads and things like that. They liked the pictures, how I dress the kids. And it kind of just, that's how it started. It wasn't intended to start that way.
Yes, you were one of the first to share about local products and local designers before it became a trend.
True, yeah.
So it's now, it's just not a trend, it's a purpose now for us all to do it and to support our local products because we want to build the economy of our...
It makes a difference. Like, honestly, like I remember just like a shout out to like one small local business starting up and seeing how much they would flourish and like just like boom, from my post, because all the moms would like start ordering and buying. And so seeing the impact became so heartwarming because like, it's not just about supporting the business, but like the business has a family and people behind it. Like there's so much more that goes into it. And it was really like, hey, fulfilling, as
it is
a
fulfilling.
person.
How do you filter the collaborations that when people reach out to you? How do you filter, this is a collaboration I would like to do, this is a no for sure? What's your filter? What are your criteria?
So I'm very picky and choosy. Most, like you probably know, you see on my page, I don't want it to be like a commercial page. That was never my intention.
Yes.
So my rule is any product or service that I would use for myself or for my family, I'm willing to do an ad for it. If it's something that I truly believe in or have faith that it will work or benefit families or parents or anyone in general. If it's something that I feel I'm not convinced with, I won't do it. I don't care how much someone's paying me. It's not about the money. Like, I have gained so many of my viewers' trust, and they trust my recommendation, and that's like what's important to me.
Yeah, that's
And
very
I never want to
important.
lose that.
Yeah, that the trust that you gained, it's amazing. And what I love about you, Laurice, and I told you that what you see is what you get. So sometimes people we meet offline, and she's so different, she's so different than her. You see what you get what you
That's
see, you
true.
see what you get. So I like how real you are there. And of course we share the bright moments, and sometimes I remember you shared struggles with your kids, and you shared the good and the ugly. I like that. So what about sharing about your kids? When do you share? Do you think this is a private matter for my kids? I don't want to share this part. When did you decide, or how do you decide that aspect of your sharing?
So I feel like it's very important to keep a sense of privacy
Yes.
for the family. Like, my husband will take family photos, and he's okay with me posting that, but he doesn't want me to like just go around the house and just like take random videos and show them. And my eldest is now growing too, so I always have to ask her, because like now, like, her friends are following me, everyone's judging and stuff like that. So I always try to respect like and their privacy and what they want. So we do have a conversation of what they're okay with, what they're not, especially now that they're older. Like, my eldest is older now, so I respect that. The younger really don't care, and they don't know kind of what's going on, so it's fine. But I always and that was like the goal of my page. Motherhood is not always bright. Like, it's a journey for all of us. We have good days, we have bad days, we have days that it goes so smoothly, and we have days that we just want to sit and cry. And sometimes you see it, like I'll write that, like, I'm exhausted, it's been tiring, a very tiring day. So I try to keep it real because I want moms to know we're in this together. Like, this is a motherhood journey, and we all have our days. And it's okay to have bad days, and it's okay to have good days.
Yes, we're not
and
alone.
We're not alone in it. Like, don't think the pictures that you see. I mean, that's the thing with social media. People post the best photos. Of
course.
But is that reality? No. Do I get mad? Of course I get mad. Do I get angry?
Tasbi.
Yeah. I always get asked that. Do you ever get mad? Of course I get mad. Like, it's only like normal. Like, we try to like keep our cool, but like,
Of
things
course,
happen.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. I like when you share the bedtime struggles and the good
Yeah.
and the elf stories at Christmas. They're brilliant. So, Laurice, people study different majors at the university, and many of us don't work with the majors we study. So you're not alone. That's normal. So, how did you use the knowledge and the experience you gained in mediating your kids' conflicts?
My kids' conflict. I mean, honestly, I feel like that's so true. Many of us don't work with our degrees, but I do feel like it impacts us some way.
Yes.
You know,
How you think?
like, for me, I did marketing, so obviously it helps with my page and the way I do ads, and even the international business aspect of it, because it helped me like be able to like balance between both worlds and stuff like that. And then the conflict resolution, obviously, as a mediator, you can't take sides. So when you have two kids fighting, you're trying to like calm them down without,
Yes.
saying, and you as a mom, you know how it is. Mom, you sided with her. It's not my fault. It's not. So you try. It obviously helps.
Yes. So the 101, do not take sides.
Do not take sides.
Okay. Great. Then calm them down. Calm them down. So it's a parenting lesson. Quick
It's a
parenting
lesson.
Quick parenting lesson. So calm them down. Then you separate them, or what?
Acknowledge what they're feeling.
Yeah.
That's very important.
Yeah.
Like, and we study this and we learn it as moms. Like, you always have to
help them verbalize what they feel.
Verbalize what they're feeling.
Yes.
They could be having a meltdown or a tantrum. I know you're feeling this. I know this is bothering you, but, so you could like kind of let them feel that they're being heard.
Yes, that's amazing. Then we can talk after they calm down and they
We
name
can
the
have
feeling
the
and so on. Yes, you have that discussion. Laurice, what values did you keep with you from abroad after you came back? So these values you appreciated, you kept with you, and you want to have parents know and practice here.
Values from abroad. I think abroad they're very organized and they appreciate the value of time. which is something we kind of lack in Jordan. Like everyone's always running late. They always tell you like I'm running Arab time, which means like I'm running late. إنه بالعربي إنه
اه
توقيت عربي,
توقيت
like
العربي
how they
مش على
say it.
الوقت يعني
مش
7
على
دقايق
الوقت.
يعني ربع ساعة وهيك.
I'm very punctual. Everyone that knows me, any appointment, any meeting, I'm always on time or early. And everyone like tends to be running like a little bit late or a little bit later than usual. But that's something that I appreciate abroad. That's very important to them. And I feel like they're very organized with their time. And also, family time is very important. Like at the end of the day,
dinner or
dinner time, like you feel like they're so busy and they're all working and they don't have help. Like here, a lot of us do have help, whether it's family or helpers or, we tend to have an extra hand.
Yes.
There, despite how busy they are, they still make time. Dinner time is like very important. Weekends are very important. Like they feel like they have to have that connection together. And I like that. Like, I appreciate that. We do have family time in Jordan, and obviously, but I do feel like we also have a lot of social pressure. Like, we always have things going on and events and occasions and stuff. So sometimes we feel like we're always rushed for time because our week is full. We always have things, and social pressure and friends and outings is a lot more than abroad. There, everything is by appointment or scheduling and things like that. So
who's your village in terms of taking care of your kids? Who's your village? It takes a village.
It does take
so
a
who
village.
Luckily, I really feel when you said when people who live outside abroad don't have that support. Even here in the Gulf area, and we have family members working outside, and they don't have the mom, the grandmother, the support that we have. We have lots of support, and we're lucky we have them close. But for you, who's your village now in your day to day?
So my husband is my number one supporter. Like he helps me. I mean, he's always busy at work and stuff, but we do find balance. Like there is things that we split, whether drop-offs or pickups, or just like we designate different responsibilities throughout the week. And it gives us a way to connect with the children as well. My family don't live here, but they do have a say over the phone. I feel like, them just talking to the kids or, just being there for them as much as possible. Like that's very important to keep that connection. My brothers, my sisters, they have a big impact. And my in-laws, they have a huge impact, on the kids. They're there, the family, the quality time, it's very important. And it became part of their daily, to see grandma and grandpa and like do things with them, Fridays, family day. And obviously, I do have help at home and, I like definitely helps to have an extra
Amazing.
hand.
Yes, of course.
She can help with the housework and I could be present for the kids.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So speaking of being present with the kids, how do you manage being present and creating content? So do you create content, the practical part of it? So do you create content, take the videos, then you dedicate the time to edit it and post it? How is the process for that?
So sometimes it's very natural. Like sometimes we'd be doing something on the spot and I'm okay with like, just like, pulling out my phone. We always take videos and pictures and stuff. So it's okay to post on the spot. But things that like require editing and stuff and it takes time, I try to do it like either after bedtime, when kids are in school. I try to balance where the phone is not taking away from my time
Your
with
attention.
the kids, Obviously it does sometimes and we all have screen time, but I try for the majority of the time I'm just like not sitting there like scrolling for like an hour while the kids are just like, around me waiting and stuff.
Yes, yeah. So you're present with them.
Yeah.
How do you spend your day when the kids are there at their schools and preschool? How do you spend your day? I hear you are you protect your gym time. Tell us about that. How many days you go?
So honestly, like gym is very important to me, and I try to like convince the moms that don't like to work out that it's like really good for your sanity and
for your body, for your sanity,
for your sanity, your body. I'm always one to like try, like I try to be healthy and fit and promote like a healthy lifestyle for the children. So gym time, I feel like it's my hour to disconnect away from the phone. to connect with my body and to just like give my body that time, whether it's like just like 1 hour of the day, I feel like we owe it to our bodies to give that, whether it doesn't like if you're not into working out or just taking a walk or yoga or whatever. I just feel like every mom needs like that 1 hour to just like fully disconnect. So a lot of my chores and things that I do it while the kids are in school, because like being on social media, obviously my time is in my hands. So even my work, content creating, if I have meetings with like specific companies or whatever, I try to do that while the kids are in school. In order for me to be
Yes,
present for
again.
pickups and be there during the rest of the day for their activities and all of that.
So you manage your time really well. How? Give us the tools and the tricks. I love these tips, and we want to learn from you. And for a mom who has such a busy schedule, you're doing a lot. And of course, as you said, you like to be on time. You like to respect time. So how do you respect time with the tools you use every day?
Honestly, I put everything into my calendar. Like Google Calendar is my best friend, and I tell everyone this.
Yeah.
I like to put down like, and it's shared among me and my husband and the kids. Like we have a family account, so everyone knows the next day what do we have. Like if they have an activity, if we have a family outing, they will like check the calendar and they will know what's the plan for the next day, and that helps like me organize my day, my hour, just to kind of like know what to expect. Because
Yes.
like we're juggling a lot, as moms, whether it's school, whether it's activities, whether, like now in May, the school asks you for like a million different
It's
things.
December.
So yeah,
It's not May.
No,
It's
like we're
end of
like
year,
yeah, end of year this, end of year that. So I feel like putting everything into the calendar just so we don't forget. I mean, it's only human for us to forget. So I feel like I always tell everyone like organize your time into your calendar. So you look at your schedule and you just know.
You don't have to decide at the moment. You know your
Yeah.
calendar. So do you do a weekly planning session, or do you do it on the go, or you sit and you plan your week and you set your, what do you do?
So it kind of depends. Like if something comes up, I'll put it into the calendar, and obviously, like I'll take a look. Yani, like
you
in the
have
beginning
before
of the
and
week,
after?
yeah. Like what's my next week? Like how is it gonna go? How is it gonna flow? Sometimes things just happen on the spot where we can't control. Things come up or an
Yes.
outing or whatever. It's fine, but at least I know I won't forget anything, because like I feel like that's like one of our major things as moms. Like you get spammed with like emails and play dates and birthdays and a million different things.
Yeah.
You can only remember so much. So
To
I
drop the
just
ball,
feel,
yeah.
yeah.
So you said you care about the weekends to have a good experience for the weekend and create memories with the kids' family time. How far along do you prepare for your weekend? When do you start planning your weekend ahead?
So, I mean, I don't complicate things. Like sometimes like I appreciate also like slow mornings,
Of course.
for us to just wake up, have easy breakfast without the morning rush. We're always rushed.
Yes.
Like it's exhausting.
No need for the
So
weekend too. Yeah.
yeah. So the morning I try, like weekends, I try to just like let them wake up on their own. We do obviously have studying, and sometimes like they have a tutor, whatever, come in for Arabic and stuff. So I just try to like kind of go off them. And if we have specific plans with the family, whatever, we commit to it. But I just kind of want them to feel like we're
Ease.
spending like just like a quiet morning, because like most of our days are rushed.
Yes, I
honestly.
love that. I love it. It's so true. Let them wake up on their own.
Yeah, like just like make breakfast. Sometimes they help me in the kitchen. My son loves cooking, so he's like always like helping me mix and do things.
Good.
But I try to include them, and just like it's like they get tired too. I mean, it's not just us that get tired and feel exhausted. So I feel like I owe it to them to just kind of like let the day go as they want. And then if they have plans, they want to do things, we just go off that. So I don't like to complicate things.
I like that. I like the ease, the slow. We need the slow because it's all fast, it's all rushing, and it's out of our nature.
Yeah.
It's not our nature. Years ago, when the humans we lived in the savannah, what are we doing? If they look at us, they'll see us crazy. So I like that question. I saw it somewhere. I'm cheating. I'm stealing a question. So if you have like 2 or 3 messages you want on a billboard for everyone to see, what would you write on these billboards? Like 3 messages. I will not let you have one. Maybe I'll give you 3 options.
3 options.
So on a billboard for everyone to see, I want everyone, every mom, especially every woman, especially maybe we're targeting them today. But what do you want them to know that you now know for sure, as they say?
So the first thing I always tell moms, and especially new moms, people will bombard you with advice and so many different recommendations, and do this and you're doing this wrong and whatever. And it could be a cultural thing too, and I don't know, but honestly I've learned to listen to everyone and don't judge, don't fight back. Take what you need from the advice you're given and just let whatever you don't need go. Don't let it bother you, because as new moms I feel like they take things personal. So I feel like that was like a very important advice. Like, take what you need. You don't have to listen to every single person telling you, do this, do that. You're doing this wrong. This is not the right way. Yeah. I feel like that's such like, it was like something someone told me, I can't remember who, and it just stuck with me. And I tell this to all new moms.
I love it. So true. They bombard you with many pieces of advice.
Like you start second guessing yourself.
Yes, already
like,
she's
am I
second
doing this
guessing.
right? Am I doing this wrong? And it's hard.
Hi, this is the first one. What's the second message?
The second one, I believe everything in life happens for a reason. Like whether the places you are, the people you meet, the struggles, the good times, like I feel like everything we go through in life happens for a reason. And it takes us somewhere. And it may not be like something we want at the time, but it will impact us some way.
I love that. It's faith. You have lots of faith.
Yeah, I do.
Yes, that's beautiful. And it's a hopeful message to believe. I think it's a hopeful. What's the alternative? To believe this is all random and you are random? All things happening with you are just randomly, or you believe that? What will make you a better person? I think that belief will make you a better person.
For sure.
Happier person.
And like sometimes like we question why things happen to us, and it could be hard.
It's a hard question. Why?
Like it's very hard, and we all have our struggles. Like I feel like every household, every person has something that like they're either heartbroken about or they're struggling with. Like there's not that perfect life, but I feel like every struggle we have leads us somewhere, or whether it helps us grow as a person, or opens opportunities to us. It just happens for a reason, and I truly believe in that.
I love that. The third one.
The third one, I would say love. Like, love is so important, and it shouldn't, like, I feel like we should always show everyone that we love, how much we love them and how much we appreciate them. And because we shouldn't take like time for granted. Like, I just feel like time is precious, and sometimes like our lives are so rushed. And something about me, if many people probably don't know this, but like if someone comes to mind, whether it's like a total random friend that I haven't talked to in a long time, I'll send them a message and I'll tell them, you came to mind. I just want to ask about you. Are you okay? I'm thinking about you, because I just feel like I thought about them for a reason, and they may need me. And sometimes it's true. Like they're like, oh, thank you for checking in. So-and-so is happening with me. So I just feel like it's so important to connect with like your intuition and to like,
and act on it.
Act on it, yeah.
Oh, I had goosebumps when you said that, truly. And we have goosebumps, people who are watching us, when you hear something true. So that's, and you said something very true. And that's why it resonated with me and everyone watching us now. So thank you for sharing that. Really, it's beautiful. Laurice, people know you on social media, and you do share struggles. You don't only share the highlight reels, but what don't people know about you as Laurice? And you'd like them to know about you, your character, your challenges, maybe a success, a win you want to brag about a little. Please brag, because we don't brag we don't brag enough about our achievements, especially as women, and we wait for people to discover our successes. Maybe that part, if you want to highlight it, please do highlight your pride, other than your amazing family and your maybe collaborations you're doing. What do you want to tell us?
That's a tough question.
Yeah. It's bragging is not hard. It's not
bragging
easy.
doesn't come easy, but
Yeah.
honestly, like something like I'm so grateful for
Yeah.
is the community I have built. Like I feel like my online like followers, and I
Community,
don't even call them followers. Like I call them my family, like my online family, because I feel like anything I am in now is like I owe it to them for believing in me, for trusting in me. So that means a lot to me, you know, like I'm so grateful for all like everyone's like, you know, trust in me. So that's something I take pride in, and I never want to lose that. You
I
know,
love
that's
that, yeah.
something very important to me.
Did you receive a message that you didn't expect that you said something or you did something and you had that message, you know, that touched you?
It's funny. I mean, like when you're on social media, I think, you know, like you develop thick skin eventually with time.
Yeah.
Because people feel like they could judge you.
They think it's okay
They
to
think
tell
they
you.
know, or like they think it's so easy to just send a message to someone without really knowing. Like sometimes I'll receive a message, oh, we feel like you love your youngest more than your daughters. I'm like, why? Why do you feel like that? Maybe because I show him a little bit more, but then do you know, like they don't know that the girls don't want to be on social media all the time. Of
course.
Like they tell me, I don't want to be, so, and I respect that.
Sometimes their messages are negative. What about the positive?
So
The
yeah.
wow message.
So like those messages also surprise
they
me.
think
It's
they
like
have access.
They feel like they could just
have the
judge you,
right.
you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
The positive.
Like a message that you touched somebody or somebody's life, or you said something that really resonated with
Honestly, like
others.
the moms that send me, it means a lot to me. Like a lot of times they're like, thank you for like mentioning something, or you supported us, or someone will like ask me a question, or they'll have a situation and I try to respond back to everyone. Like that's my rule, no matter how busy I am. And then it doesn't have to be like on the spot or the same day. I never like to ignore anyone. Like everyone will receive a message from me, no matter how long it will take.
Okay.
Like if it means like helping them with a struggle they have or something. But it's really nice receiving like appreciation messages, like thank you, like you helped us get through something, or this you know, led us like to, you know, specific things.
Finding something.
So
or,
like yeah,
solving something.
they appreciate like the help or the guidance that I give them, and like how they resonate with my page, and how they could like feel that we have things in common. Like this is normal. Like it's okay as mothers to feel this or that.
Yes.
So yeah.
Again, not alone. I saw you writing. I love you when you write a long thing, and you told me not everybody does because we don't read a lot here. But I love you writing. Have you ever thought about pursuing writing further, or it's like having a blog or a mini book or ebook or newsletter? Have you ever thought about
You
that?
know, I've always been a writer, and it's funny because sometimes I write
I like that sentence.
and
Please.
people don't read.
I've been always a writer. I like that. It's beautiful.
You know, I think growing up, I always liked writing, and I always keep journals.
Yeah.
And a lot of people know that. Like, I started journaling for each one of my children, have separate journals.
Okay.
And from when I was pregnant with them, I would write my feelings, like what I would be going through each month. So I don't know when I'm gonna give it to them, by the way. I think maybe when they graduate or their wedding, as a gift. So I write their whole, like everything they went through the years, like, and sometimes
Wow.
it takes me like once a year to write, but then I'll write like so many pages just to update the journal. So writing was always important, but a lot of times I write and people don't even read. Like we have a habit of like
Skimming.
yeah, like and they'll ask me questions
You just
that's
answered
already
that.
in the caption or whatever. But I don't know if I'll write
So you
something.
practice writing with your kids, for your kids.
But yeah, I do journal for my children, and each one has a separate journal with their name on it. And I want to give it to them when the time comes. So, and I hope that they'll appreciate it because it has like everything, like milestones, dates.
Yeah.
Certain
We're jealous
things that
now
they
as
went
moms,
through.
please. Oh, that's, we are, oh my God, she's amazing. But that is beautiful. I
It's
just
because
have
I
one
liked
sentence.
writing though.
Yeah, because you like writing.
And it would always help me like to just write my feelings.
Yeah.
So that was like something I took from when I was younger. Like I would always write.
So when you were a teen, you mean you were journaling?
I was also journaling.
I love journaling. You know me
Yeah.
about and journaling. We
You
are
like
friends.
journaling too,
Yes,
yeah.
it's very important. Did your kids pick up this habit or not yet?
I feel like my eldest likes to. My middle, like she starts and then she kind of like not. But I feel like my eldest kind of has a lot
Me
of
too,
similar
mine
habits
too,
to me, like similar to mine.
Journaling. Do you still journal? journal for you, not for your kids? Do you still journal?
For me, not as much, honestly. I'll be quite honest. But for them, I try to stay consistent.
Sometimes people tell me that they journal only when they feel negative. I tell them it's okay as long as you do journal. Sometimes they don't like that they only journal when they're feeling negative. And it's okay. I tell them to see the thoughts on paper. It creates the distance. It shrinks the problem. It helps you see. So it's okay to journal every now and then. It's not a daily thing for me. I do practice gratitude journaling, but I think it really helps
helps you.
chaos in our minds.
I mean, I don't know if like I don't take a paper and pen and journal, but maybe like sometimes my posts or the things that I post on social media. I mean, I guess it could be like a type of journaling at times, because like when I'm sharing,
your thoughts and
some like a situation that's happening or something we're going through. I mean, it is expressing ourselves, which we all do. Being on social media, it's a form of expression at the end of the day.
Yeah, you are expressing yourself. It doesn't have to be pen and paper, as long as you're reflecting on what's happening with you. So I think that was a beautiful interview, Laurice. People got to know you more. Where can they find you, learn more about you? It's on social media. Tell us, and you have a product. Would you like to tell us about it too?
So I'm on social media on Instagram as Mamalaurice, for those that don't know. And I have a little small business that I started. It's teething necklaces. I used to use them for my children, and everyone used to ask me about them. It wasn't a thing in Jordan. And I honestly believe that something with the power of stone helps relieve the pain of teething babies. And thankfully, many moms have used them and felt the same benefits, and and it's been doing well. So that's something I kind of have on the side, just to help moms that are struggling with the teething phase. I'd like to have something later on. I don't know what. I always say, I'd like to expand on this, and I do small little collaborations, and a lot of it goes into thought of whether the mom or for children to help them, or just things that I feel would benefit me, would benefit them. So it's I'll do collaborations with different brands and designers and things like that, which I find fun and something on the side. So yeah, just trying to keep it interesting and fun all the time.
Yes, thank you, Laurice. That was a great interview. I really had fun talking to you, and thank you for sharing your heart out.
Thank you so much. I really enjoyed this, and you're so easy to talk to. And you have also a wonderful page that you always inspire us, not just as moms, but in general. So
thank you. Yes, people can learn about it on my podcast. I have a podcast too, and hopefully will be a guest there too.
Thank you. Thank you. Pleasure.